Hello again, everyone. It's This Week in Agribusiness. Meteorologist Greg Solier. We're in for Max Armstrong. Welcome to Farm Progress Dateline Drought. Our coverage of the drought of 2012 is brought to you by Genuity Drought Guard Hybrids. Yeah, hot out there, even by mid-summertime standards, let alone the early stretch of September. Readings over the past several days into the mid-90 to near 100-degree range, but it's the first of two cold fronts on the move that'll knock down temperatures here over the next couple of days back to more seasonal norms, and signs of another significant moisture maker on the move out of the Central Plains and points on eastward. Winter wheat seeding getting underway, and time to start generating some sense of meaningful rainfall across the plains. About 1% of that wheat has been planted across sections of Nebraska, so they need to get things going. We do have at least one weather system before we temporarily move back into a drier scenario, but the longer range maps and charts for the end part of September and beyond are certainly looking wetter and cooler. Meanwhile, down across the Delta, they're taking assessment in on some of those sugarcane fields across Mississippi. Quite a bit of worsening with some of those ratings down some 30% in quality, and a lot of lodging as well because of Isaac a few days ago. And boy, those Isaac rains were beneficial across a wide area of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, and more to come. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the maps and charts and moisture now over about the next 24 to 48 hours, panning out like this in good coverage. Expect anywhere from an inch to perhaps as much as 2 inches from the lower Great Lakes region back into parts of southern Indiana, the Wabash Valley. Good news there. Areas of Illinois, and yeah, there'll be some significant rains too coming into southern Nebraska, much of Kansas and Oklahoma. So if you're getting things prepped out there for winter wheat seeding operations, yeah, some delays, but again, that precipitation anticipation will be highly beneficial as we move on through the end portion of the week. Meanwhile, a look now at precipitation down the line over the next 2 weeks, heading through and towards about the mid-stretch of September. And it looks like we're back into a drier scenario across a wide area of the Corn Belt. And if you're out there in early season mode, a lot of stuff advanced in this harvest season. You should be able to make good progress here over much of the central and southern Corn Belt, back into areas of the northern plains. Monsoon moisture continues into the southwest, and it is a warm weather pattern for now. No sign of moving into anything significantly cooler down the line here over the next couple of weeks. But again, a fair amount of cool to cold weather lurking just beyond the first couple of days of October. We'll update that later on. That's a look at weather. Make it a safe one. Hopefully we'll see you this weekend on This Week in Agribusiness. Now, on to markets.
It's no secret that soybeans have been the star of the grain market recently, making a series of new all-time highs and provided much-needed support to wheat and corn. But when soybeans sputtered today, the rest of the complex took it on the chin, suffering chart damage that looks a bit more ominous. No real bearish news sent prices lower today. Indeed, there wasn't any bullish news either, and that may have been the problem. In the response to a vacuum, the market's reaction is sometimes to just do what it was doing most recently. Corn, soybeans, and wheat all finished well off their highs yesterday, so the path of least resistance seemed to be more selling today. That bearishness accelerated soon after the pit opened for trading in Chicago. Farmers appear to be selling off the combine, weakening the basis and adding elevator hedging to the mix. November soybeans ended the session down 20 3/4 at 17.47.5, but didn't do any real damage to their still bullish chart. That can't be said for corn or wheat, however. With harvest off to a record pace, farmers are selling corn too, adding basis pressure to a market already seeing weak export demand in the face of higher prices. Forecasts for increased production in Mexico and Argentina only reinforced those ideas. December futures broke below the support line drawn off August lows, failing in its bid to hold above $8. December was off 14 1/4 to 7.90 3/4 on the close. Wheat prices couldn't resist the selling pressure either. Not all the news was bad. Exporters and the government in Ukraine agreed on export curbs that reinforced ideas that supplies out of the Black Sea will be running out sooner rather than later. But buyers still don't appear to be panicking yet, although after the close, Egypt announced another SNAP tender. Forecasts continue also to hint at better moisture for seeding hard red winter wheat, with soft red winter wheat fields picking up additional showers this week as well. Chicago December wheat suffered significant chart damage today, breaking below its 50-day moving average and the trend line drawn off July and August lows, settling down 21 at 867 3/4. Kansas City likewise broke out of its 2-month wedge. It closed at 887, down 20 1/4. Minneapolis held up a little better on its chart, but still suffered losses, finishing the day down 19 at 929 3/4. Keep up with the drought situation across the country by visiting www.datelinedrought.com.